Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back. This is Vince from Fern Valley Honeybees. Just wanted to do a quick video here on how I've got my hive set up. A couple of things I've done here. I've got the hive set up to where when I install my bees, I've got two packages coming. One's going to go in Hive 1, and the other pack's going to go in Hive 2. I don't want to install them both right next to each other, because I don't want them all to wind up going in one hive. They might not. So I'm just going to separate them, and then eventually you could slowly move them back together. It's finally a nice day here at the beginning of April. We're up in northern Illinois. The weather's been lousy. So the weather's finally starting to get nice. A couple things I've done here. First thing, I've got my hive set up on cinder blocks with treated 4x4s, and I've got braces in between for each hive so they can't slide, and obviously I've got tie downs for them, so in the middle of the night you never know what could happen. I came out here the other day and there was black paw prints on one of them. It was either a raccoon. It's probably a raccoon, but I have a lot of deer that come out of the woods. I've got possum, I've got coyotes. You never know what could happen. So I've got them strapped down, and I've got 2x4s basically holding the side of each hive so it can't shift from one side to the other if something were to try and get at it. I'll do a video later on how this hive is set up, but I've even got screen bottom boards that I had built. It's got ventilation in the back, and I even just, because I like to build stuff, I built regular roofs for them. I had shingles laying around from a building that I had built here, so I'm just using the shingles up, and it looks kind of nice. And this way, when the snow sits on them, especially over the winter, it won't deteriorate, you know, the wood or start to rust the metal, which it's not supposed to, but it could. So I just built shingled roofs just because I like to build stuff. I put vent holes on either side, and there's actually insulation in the roof of this, so for over the winter time it'll prevent condensation, because one of the #1 killers of bees is condensation. So there is insulation. There's 1/2-inch pink foam glued to the inside of this roof. I'll do a video on showing how I did all that, and I am going to build insulated covers for the winter. I haven't got it built yet. So I've got both my hives set up that way. I've got them separated so when the bees do get here, hopefully they're supposed to be here in the middle of the month, weather pending with all these storms we've been having. I've got water pans set out. What you want to do when you put your water pans out is just put some rocks in there so the bees can't drown. This way the bees can land on the water or land on the rock, drink, and obviously fly away. If you just leave it full of water, they could drown. So I haven't put the rocks in here yet. I just need to go grab a couple and throw them in there. Another thing that I did to prevent, two reasons I put, this is just regular roofing paper, I put underneath the hives. For one reason is to stop the weeds from coming through. I don't think the bees are going to be very happy if I come out here with a weed eater or a weed whacker and start cutting all that weeds down with all that how loud a weed whacker is. So I put the tar paper down to prevent weeds from growing. Another main reason for the tar paper is when you start getting hive beetles. If the hive beetles fall out from the entrance, they can land in the dirt, and they'll make little nests in the dirt and just keep multiplying and multiplying. This way, if they fall out, they're going to land on the tar paper and hopefully not multiply as fast. You're still going to get hive beetles, but if they can't bury themselves in the ground and keep reproducing and making more and more, that's good. So any way you could slow them down would be a good thing. Obviously, I'm going to use the beetle blaster traps in the top. I'm just going to put one in each hive. I'm going to do that fairly quick after I get my bees. A friend of mine, he installed his bees about a week and a half ago. He looked in his hive, and he's just south of me about a half hour. Like I said, we're up in northern Illinois. He found a hive beetle already. So you never know how fast they can come. So that's pretty much the main reason the second main reason for the tar paper. One, to keep the weeds down, so I don't have to come out here with a weed whacker and freak out the bees. The biggest thing is for the hive beetles, hopefully not reproducing as much. And like I said, I'll do a video when I get my bees, when I install them. I'll put bees in Hive 1, I'll put them in Hive 2, and then I will slowly move Hive 2 over here to Hive 1 over the period of about a week. I just don't want them all to go into one hive. They might not. Some people don't. I'm just going to do it just as a safety precaution. It's not that big of a deal to install them that way. So for now, that's it. I just wanted to kind of give an update on what I'm doing here, show what I've done. I've got to, as soon as the bees get here, I'll install them. I'll do a video on how I install them, and we'll go from there. Like I said, any way we can all help each other. You know, what works one way for one person might not work for the other. By no means am I an expert. I'm a beginner at this. But if we could all help each other, that's what it's all about. Ideas back and forth. Any comments on what I've shown here are appreciative. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, that'd be great. Like I said, if you got any comments, please put them down below. I'll respond to them. And hopefully you'll like the video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, Fern Valley Honeybees. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. We'll see you. Goodbye.